Okay, today we are going to be looking at Elementary OS 0.4 Loki. This distro aims to be easy to use and have a brilliant design in terms of consistency and that kind of thing. Looking at the desktop right now, it seems they have achieved that. This desktop is actually their own custom desktop known as Pantheon. Up here you've obviously got your app launcher. Down here you've got your dock. It's Plank, this is. And up here you've got all your notifications, that kind of thing. In the middle you've got your date and time, that sort of thing. And well, that's about it. Oh, also right clicking on the desktop, clicking on the desktop does nothing pretty much. If you wanted to change the wallpaper, you'd have to go into the system settings, desktop, and that's where your wallpapers are. Elementary OS of course does come with some pretty good wallpapers. This one here is the default for Loki anyway. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at what applications they have. On the dock down here you've obviously got the multitasking view, but we'll come back to that later. Epiphany, which is a web browser. In previous versions of Elementary OS, they of course use Midori, Mail, which I believe is Geary, Calendar, Music, Videos, Photos, no idea what they are. They could be custom, I have no clue. Obviously your settings, and you've got your App Center, which is kind of where you get all your apps. It replaced, I believe in previous versions, they were using the Ubuntu Software Center. As you can see, everything's sorted into different categories. And with that out of the way, let's just see what applications you've got in the menu. Of course, it's sorted into pages, and you can look at it in categories if you should like. You obviously got a calculator, a camera for your webcam, file manager. We'll get back to that later, as I say. Scratch for your text editing, a screenshot tool, scanning tool, a terminal, which is interesting, purely because, well, it looks pretty cool as far as terminals go. It's got a search icon there, you can slightly see through, very slightly. Let's see what resources the system's using at the moment. Yeah, it's not bad. So this is a relatively lightweight desktop. It's not exactly on the lighter end of things, but it's not particularly on the heavier end of things either. You could probably put this on an old computer and not worry too much. What else have you got in here? And well, that's about it as far as applications go. Now for the multitasking view, it's kind of looks like Expose on the Mac, if to be honest. In fact, this whole distro kind of looks like a Mac, in a sense, anyway. Because you know the scroll bars are thin. You got your dock at the bottom here, very similar to Expose. In fact, it even looks like a Mac down to the keyboard shortcuts. So as you can see, these are all Apple keys for some reason. It's like a bizarre design choice, if I'm to be honest. Since most of the people that are using this will probably be using a Windows style keyboard, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know why they went with the Mac keys, but I suppose if they're keeping up the Mac look, that's good for them, I suppose. Also, another thing that they've done visually is their taskbar up here is sort of blended into one, if you can describe it like that. Got an X button, a minimize maximize button. If you want to completely minimize it in that you can't see it, you have to pull up the dock like that and click on the icon, it'll minimize it. So could throw you slightly potentially when you start using it, but you could get used to that fairly easily. Now let's talk about the lack of apps now, I would think. this distro is also very minimalist, in that it doesn't come with very many apps. For example, you don't get an Office suite or anything like that, unfortunately. Kind of comes with the apps you need. So, you know, if you say wanted LibreOffice, well, you'd have to install that separately, which is easy enough from the App Center. And well, yeah, I suppose, yeah, they've pulled off design consistency and looks good, no doubt. Do I recommend this distro? Yeah, probably. If you're not on the tech-savvy side of Linux, sure. Now, I wouldn't really recommend this to an experienced Linux user. But if you're a new user in the market for a visually good-looking distro, yeah, it's a good choice. It's easy to use, it's simple, and, you know, it comes with everything you need except for an Office suite, obviously. So, yeah, link in the description if anyone wants to download it, and, well, that's about it for Elementary OS.